Hello students, we are discussing about chapter 10, that is reaching the age of adolescence. In first video we have discussed about what is adolescence and what changes take place during the age of adolescence, what is puberty. In this video we will discuss about role of hormones in initiating reproductive function and reproductive phase of life in human beings, and how the sex of baby determined, that will be boy or girl. So one by one we will discuss now. Hormones are the chemical substances that are secreted from the endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are ductless glands. Endocrine glands are also called ductless glands. That is because whatever hormones they secrete, that is directly poured into the blood, that is not carried through the duct, means that do not have duct for the carrying the hormones, that is directly poured into the blood, and from the through the blood it is transported to the place where that hormone respond, and that is called target site. That is called target site. Means wherever hormone respond, that is called target site. As whatever changes take place in the body because of that hormone, in what part that change take place, that is the target site of that hormone, and there that reach for the response. So as for initiating reproductive function, the hormone secreted by pituitary gland, as pituitary gland is a endocrine gland, that is also called master gland, that secretes various hormones which control the activity of other glands. So this pituitary gland secretes hormone from the to stimulate the function of the gonads. Gonads are testis and ovary. Gonads, that is the whatever hormone the pituitary gland secrete, that is called GSH. GSH. So that hormone secreted by pituitary gland, that is secreted by pituitary gland, and this hormone stimulates gonads, that is testis and ovary, testis in males and ovary in females. So this testis and ovary are stimulated by the hormone secreted by pituitary gland, and then after this pituitary gland stimulates these gonads. Of these gonads, these testis release secretes male sex hormone, and ovary secretes female sex hormone. Testis, that is estrogen, that is testosterone, and ovary start to secrete estrogen. So this testosterone and estrogen stimulates the changes in the body at onset of puberty. Whatever at onset of puberty changes take place, that is because of the testosterone in males, that is secreted by testis, and estrogen in females, that is secreted by ovary under the influence of the hormones secreted by pituitary gland. Means pituitary gland secretes hormone to stimulate these gonads, testis and ovary, and these testis and ovary start to secrete sex hormones. Testis secretes testosterone and ovary secretes estrogen, and these hormones stimulates the secondary sexual characteristics in males and females, and functioning of the organs, means sex organs. Once, it means at onset of puberty, the adolescents become capable to reproduce the whatever testis is there, that start to form mature sperm, and ovary start to release mature ovum. So once at onset of puberty, when the reproductive life started in males and female, so does it continue whole life, or it is for some period? So about that is the reproductive phase of life in humans. What will be the reproductive phase of life in males and females? So in males, once the puberty, means at the puberty, once the reproductive life started, means production of sperm, mature sperm, etc., sperm start to produce. So that lasts longer than women's. Males reproductive life is, there is no particular limitation that can reproduce longer than in the life longer than females, but in females it start at onset of puberty and lasts up to 45 to 50 years. Actually, what happens in females, whatever reproductive life started at that time, that includes, means releasing of ovum from the ovary, and after that ovum fertilized and then embryo is formed. So if fertilization do not take place, then menstruation started. Menstruation is the shedding of lining of uterus. Actually, in the females, whatever uterus is there, so inside the uterus, some means inner surface of the uterus thickens because of deposition of tissues. It have blood capillaries also, and it is prepared in every month, that is for the receiving of embryo. But if fertilization do not take place, then it becomes useless and it start to come out in the form of bleeding, that is called menstruation. So it lasts approx 4 to 6 days, it may be 7 days also. So and it repeats after every 28 to 30 days. After every 28 to 30 days, it repeats again. That's why it is also called menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle includes means maturation of egg, maturation of ovum, egg, ovulation means releasing ovum from the ovary, thickening of uterine wall, and after that, if fertilization do not take place, then menstruation started. But if fertilization take place, then the embryo embedded into the uterus, and whatever this thickening is there, that is used for providing nutrition to the embryo. So this menstruation cycle continue approx 45 to 50 years of age in women's. So it start at puberty at the age of 10 to 12 year, 10 12 year in females, and lasts up to 45 to 50 year. The first menstruation when it starts at puberty, that is called menarche, and the last menstruation, that is when it stops at the age of 45 to 50 year, that is called menopause. It means the reproductive phase of life in female is from menarche to menopause, means from age of puberty, means 10 12 year to 45 to 50 year. In between this life period, the females can fertilize, means can reproduce, can produce young ones, and after that their reproductive life, means after menopause they are not able to produce new young ones, means they are not able to reproduce. So there is limitation in females, but in males there is no particular limitation. It's in males it started after onset of puberty, and it lasts longer than in females, means up to it have good health. Then till then the males can reproduce, but in females it lasts from menarche to menopause only. So this is about reproductive life, reproductive phase of life in human. And now about how is the sex of baby determined, means whatever baby will take birth, that will be male or female. Before, when there is pregnancy in females, so there is dilemma that it will be male or female, and so how it determines, actually it determines by some instructions, and that is instructions are the sex chromosomes. Sex chromosomes are the chromosomes, which pair of chromosomes which determine that a particular young one will be male or female. These sex chromosomes in human beings, whatever total number of chromosomes is, that is 23 pair. 23 pairs in the cells, whatever cells in human cells are there, in that 23 pair of chromosomes are there. So whatever cells have 23 pair of chromosomes, they are diploid cells. Diploid cells. And in gametes, whatever gametes are there, that is male gamete is sperm, that is male gamete, and female gamete is ovum, that is ovum is female gamete. So these are the haploid cells. These are haploid cells. Haploid cells means the reproductive cells are haploid cells. They have only 23 chromosomes. They have only 23 chromosomes. Diploid cells have 23 pair of chromosomes, means 46 chromosomes. 46 chromosomes, and haploid cells means the gametes have only 23 chromosomes. Out of these 23 pair, 22 pair are the chromosomes. They are can be said they are autosomes, they can be said somatic chromosomes. So autosomes, they are responsible for other characteristics of the body, and the last 23rd pair, that determines that a particular young one will be male or female. Of this 23rd pair, in male it is XY, and in female it is XX. in one cell whatever sex chromosomes are there. In male it is XY and female it is XX chromosomes. And when gametes are formed, so they have either X chromosome or Y chromosome. Means whatever sperm will be there, that will have either X, means it is sperm, and either it will have Y chromosomes. But whatever ovum are there, since it have only XX chromosomes, so both the ovum, whatever will be formed from one cell, that will have both the ovum, means all the ovum have only X chromosomes. So whatever female gamete is there, that is all the gametes are same. There is no difference in chromosomes, sex chromosomes in any ovum. But in males, whatever sperm is there, there is difference. There are two types. Some have X chromosome and some have Y chromosomes. So and males have XY. When there will be XY chromosome, then only there will be male, and when there will be XX chromosome, then it will be female. So if the sperm having X chromosome fused with the ovum, then there is the young one gets XX chromosomes. It will be female, as female have XX chromosomes, so it will be female. Or if it fused with the other ovum, whatever have been formed, then again it will be XX chromosomes, again it will be female. But if the sperm having Y chromosome fused with the ovum, then it gets XY chromosomes. Whatever zygote is formed, means from that whatever new young one will be formed, that gets XY chromosomes. It means that will be male. That will be male. Either if it fused with this ovum, then also the in zygote there will be XY chromosomes, and again it will be male. Okay. So whatever zygote XX chromosome will be there, that will develop into female child, and whatever zygote will have XY chromosome, that will develop into male child. It means Y chromosome is responsible for male child and Y chromosome is found in males. It means male is responsible for male child. Although in society always females are blamed for this, that if someone have 2, 3, 4 female childs, then they start to blame to the mother, means they start to blame to the mother of the young ones, that but that is absolutely wrong. The male is the culprit, male is responsible for that. Means whatever sperm is producing by the male, that sperms, if the sperm having Y chromosome will fuse with the ovum, then only male child will be there. And since female have all the ovum same type, so there is no responsibility of female gamete. Means female gamete cannot decide that the young one will be male. Okay? Because all are same, and male gamete, since male gamete have Y chromosome, so male gamete is responsible, means male is responsible for male child. So this is how the sex of young ones is determined in human beings. So this was about sex determination in human beings. So in this video only this much. In the next video we will study about hormones other than sex hormones, and role of hormones in completing the life history of insects and frogs, and reproductive health, etc. So in the third video we will study about remaining things. Till then, thank you.